Hey, what's going on? What's going on? It's your guy, man. I'm back. Hey, today we talking about 8 words to help you lose weight, baby. 8 words to consider or build on and how they affect major fat loss. You know, a lot of times in the fitness community, we hear words like diet and exercise and macros and, technical stuff like that. But today, these aren't the words we're discussing. These are like intrinsic value builders. Everything is mental, baby. These are mental words right here. So let's get right into it. The first one is willpower. Willpower is the ability to make sound decisions, the ability to say yes and no, the ability to act on your desires. You know what I mean? It's your ability to continue with a task even though the outcome seems undesirable. Work on that willpower. Perspective or perception. Number 2. How do you perceive food? Is it something you go to when you're stressed, when you're bored? Or is food just fuel for your big old V12 engine going on? Do you eat to live or do you live to eat? How do you perceive food? How do you look at it? Think about it. Number 3 is nostalgia or prime memories. Nostalgia is very powerful. It's something called mental priming. Think of it this way. If a kid is walking in the park with parents for a couple of hours and it's 3 red benches out there, right? 3 red benches. And they're out there for a couple of hours, so they see this over and over. And beside each bench, there's a dead bird, a bird that died off. Each time the kid sees that red bench, somewhere in their mind, they're going to expect to see a dead bird. Because through those couple of hours, these bright red benches beside each one, they see a dead bird. So no matter if it's 5 years later, and they're in a completely different state, completely different country, if they see a red bench, somewhere in their mind, they've been primed to see a dead bird. That's how the mind works. And it's the same thing with food, y'all. It's the same thing. It's the reason why when something entertaining is coming on TV, we want comfort food with it. We see people on TV all the time eating while being entertained. It's priming us to do the same thing. We have to have food with our entertainment. When we smell those ribs that we used to smell when we hit grandma's house, we smell that macaroni and those muffins. And if we out in the world and we get something that reminds us of that nostalgia kicks in and we want some. We want some of that bad eating that we used to indulge in back in the day. We want some of that. In those moments of nostalgia, we don't always make the best decisions. So nostalgia is something to consider, something to work on. Don't let it overtake you. Imagination. You have to see what you're shooting for. Imagination. You have to be able to see yourself acting out your desires. You have to be able to look in the mirror and see the body that you want. You have to imagine yourself on intermittent fasting and imagine the results coming. That's what'll keep you going. That's what kept me going. My imagination, seeing it. Every time I looked in the mirror, I could see my better version looking back. I knew what I saw in the mirror with my present version. I knew I didn't want that. I wanted something better. And I would say an affirmation to help strengthen my ongoing efforts. Remind myself what I'm fighting for. You gotta see it, baby. You gotta believe that you're gonna get it. Work on your imagination. Creativity. Get creative with your workouts. Keep them diverse and fun. Get creative with your diet. Eat those rainbows, baby. Eat those colors. They're good for you. We're often slim on time and we're so fast that it messes up our decisions. So sometimes you have to squeeze workouts in. Get creative. Put yourself on paper and create some quick routines that you can go to when you're short on time. The next one is delayed gratification. This is telling yourself, I'm going to give up a little satisfaction now in return for a lot of satisfaction later. You put off having fun right now and you grind. So later on, you can get even better fruit. You tell yourself, I'm not going to indulge right now. I'm going to get my mindset in order. I'm going to get my body right. I'm going to learn to love myself better. And then later on, I'll enjoy myself even more because I've worked on my foundation first. You know, lots of people can't really practice delayed gratification because they're afraid of time. The concept of time bothers them. They think they're running out of time, thinking on a limited scale. Man, listen, I dream as if I'm going to live forever. Straight up. It's no rush. Take your time and build it, baby. Build yourself. Discipline is the next one. You have to be able to do stuff over and over and over without losing faith. You have to eat properly for at least 6 days out of the week. You have to constantly say no. Constantly say no to things. That takes discipline. You might have to get up at 5, 6 in the morning in the cold, in the dark, in the rain. That takes discipline. You have to rewrite how you see certain things. Go against your inner moral compass and make a shift. That takes discipline, cuz. Discipline. And consistency is the last one. That discipline that we spoke about just now will lead you to more consistency. This is every day. You have to practice every day, get better every day, because the distractions aren't going anywhere. It's spiritual warfare going on, y'all, for real. They keep us humans so bogged down with stress and moving so fast. You have to be consistent with your approach. You have to be consistent with your affirmations, consistent with making solid choices. This is going to be a lifestyle, and it's fun, man. It's fun. If it ain't fun to get better, then you're doing something wrong. Simple and plain. So that's it for today's words. Is willpower, perspective or perception, nostalgia or prime memories, imagination, creativity, delayed gratification, discipline, and consistency. Build on those words, y'all. Practice them, work on them. As always, think good things about yourself. Be better today than you were yesterday. Peace and blessings, man. I'm out.